Welcome to my 2025 Christmas Decorate With Me and Home Decor Collective Christmas haul. So of course I wanted to share a Decorate With Me, decorating the tree, kind of getting the apartment ready for the holiday season. And I also wanted to go through kind of a collective haul of my Christmas decor. Brett and I have moved around so much that a lot of our Christmas decor is probably somewhere down in Florida in my parents' like storage unit or it's just gone. Things, if you've moved a lot, you know things just kind of go missing. So a lot of our Christmas decor was sadly either I donated it when we moved because we downsized, you know, yada yada yada, but I have kind of collected a really good bunch that I'm excited about. So I am pretty sentimental with things. I like to hold on to things. So I'm really hoping that some of my favorite Christmas pieces are in my parents' storage unit, but that's down in Florida. I'm not gonna go get it. So I kind of had to start fresh. So I am excited. We did get a fresh Christmas tree this year. I wasn't really vlogging in the last few years, but down in Miami in our apartments, we didn't have like my dream Christmas setup, and I just love the holidays. If you followed my channel previously, before I took the break, I did Vlogmas. I always was decorating for Christmas and had like multiple trees and always showed my mom's house decor. She has such beautiful home decor for all of her Christmases. Anyways, Christmas decor is like one of my just favorite, it's like a hobby of mine. And if long story short, we had a house here in Michigan. We sold that house, moved down to Florida, was in a couple different apartments. We're back in Michigan in a new apartment. Anyways, that stuff is kind of missing, and the last few years down in Florida, we just were kind of getting by with Christmas. Like I had a tabletop little tree. It's actually, I'll show you. But this year, being in this apartment is so beautiful, and it's a lot more spacious than the apartments we were in previously. So there's just a lot more space to decorate with. So I am just like, my heart is just filled with like, I'm so inspired by this apartment. So anyways, I have a lot of work to do with my Christmas shopping, my home decor, you know, my home decor. But I did collect a few things over the years and even recently that I wanted to share. So along with this video, I do have a lot of inspiration from my Pinterest board that I'm going to share throughout this video. I'll put it right here. I have a lot of inspiration that I'm still looking for. So, you know, over the next, it's early, right? It's like November 1st. So well, I think the day you're watching this is October 31st, but it's early. So over the next few months, I still want to add a few pieces. Like I said, I am sentimental. I do like to hold on to things. So I try to be pretty intentional and selective with what I buy. So I like to get inspired. I like to really plan things out. So I just hoped that this video would be fun for you guys to watch as well. Even like, I love to just turn on YouTube other girls like decorates with me for Christmas all year round. Like I just love to have that on the TV. It's just such a cozy vibe. So I thought I'd kind of walk through my theme for the year, what I'm inspired by, what I'm going to continue to look for, and also what I have. So let's just jump into it. I do love this cup. This is a Home Goods find. I think I got this last year. Don't mind the lipstick on the straw, but it is the cutest little Santa cup, and it has a little cover for the straw. And it's just, you know, I don't even know the brand, but it's just a little tumbler. I love this so much. So I do actually kind of collect slowly. I'm collecting more like holiday drinkware. So this is a staple just for water. So I just have some ice water in here with lemon in it. But I did want to share, this is kind of random, these two pieces. So these are like collector's items to me. These are my prized possessions. These are so special to me. I bought these last year down in Miami. We lived right by the Brickell City Center. It's like the mall there in Brickell, and they have a Sur La table there. It's kind of like a Williams Sonoma Pottery Barn type thing, but for like kitchenware. Anyways, so I walked over there one day. I remember I was like really trying to get in the Christmas spirit, and I saw these and I couldn't resist. So the mug has little gingerbread and Christmas trees and candy canes, and it's hand painted. So the whole like rim is hand painted. There's a little peppermint painted on there, the handle. Like I said, I try to be selective, and there's so many cute mugs around the holiday time, but this one, I think it was like $15 or so, so it's a little bit, you know, more nice than like a $2 mug from Home Goods. But this is just my prized possession. I love drinking out of this. It's just the best. It's such like a good quality, and like I take such good care of this. And they have a whole collection, so I do kind of want to collect the whole kind of like gingerbread collection, but I'll take my time. And then I did have to get the matching spatula. I just thought these were so cute. I always have an annual Christmas cookie baking day, either with my side of the family or Brett's side of the family, wherever we happen to be for the holidays, and it's just one of my favorite days of the year. So I wanted to get a spatula for all that Christmas baking. So we did pick up this new Christmas tree this year. It's 7.5 feet. It's flocked. It's pre-lit. It comes in 3 pieces, and I love it. I always kind of go back and forth on if I like a flocked tree or not every year, if I want to do flocked, and I just think flocked for me is so Christmassy. It's so wintry, and I think that the bare, like just the plain green, like I think it photographs so well and it looks so beautiful and sparkly, but when it actually comes down to like what I want in my space, I just love a flocked tree. I just do. So I'm really impressed with this one so far. We're gonna decorate it today, and I think for the price, I think it was like $160 or something for the price. I'm really impressed. You can really obviously spend a lot of money on a Christmas tree, and this one is so full. I think it's really exceeded my expectations, so I'm really impressed with this tree. Speaking of trees, I mentioned in Miami we had just a tabletop tree, and this is the one that we had. So this was cute. It was cute for our little apartment, but I'm so excited to have a real like size tree this year. But anyways, this I actually found from Target. I'm sure they'll have something similar this year. So this is a couple years old. This is like 3 years old now. But I just thought it was great because of the black little base. So you can't really take it out of the base. It's like, you know, glued in there. But I thought we would use this year after year, even eventually when we have a home again and stuff like that. This is just such a great tabletop tree. You could obviously put it anywhere, any tabletop or entryway. I thought would be so pretty. We even put this in our bedroom last year. It's just so cute and a great little size. This is one of those, you know, bare, like just plain branches, but I thought it was really pretty. So I am gonna keep this out. I don't know if we have the space for it in here since we do have the big tree. That's the thing. Our apartment is a little bit more spacious, but it is still open concept. It's one room. So having the big tree, I want that to be the standout. So I don't know if we're gonna have space for littler trees all around, but I'll see if I can make it fit. And then I do have one other little tree that's super cute, again from Target. This one's flocked, so you can just see it's just so much more festive, you know, without anything on it. There's no lights, there's no ornaments, and it's already festive. I just love it. And I do love this wicker basket that's in. Again, this is like stuck inside the basket, but again, this was one of those, I think we bought this for our bedroom or something, or the office in our old apartment, but this is one of those where we can have it forever and it can always be, you know, tucked on a little entryway table, or you could add it to a little, like I imagine it with the ceramic village. That would be so cute in there. I have a picture I'll put right here. I have kind of a vision for my coffee table, and I still need to pick up a few things and get kind of the right things for it. And I'm wondering if this is too big, but I kind of envision for my coffee table like a tray with some books on it, of course a candle, and then some decor kind of like this, like a little tree. I don't know, just something simple but really festive. But the only thing is our coffee table is right here by the tree, so I don't know if I want to add necessarily another little mini tree on top of it, but this is kind of my decor I'm thinking for the coffee table, something like that. I'm thinking pine cones, I'm thinking like a bowl of some sort with some like filling in it, so maybe instead of a tree I'll do like a bowl filled with some branches, kind of like this picture here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for my coffee table, but this would be great. Even if you also are kind of in the position where you just need a tabletop tree for the year, you don't want to invest in a big tree, these little guys from Target are just always so good. I did want to mention this Christmas house. I will have to search for the link for this, or actually I do think this is a church. There is a little cross on top. This was a gift from Brett's grandma a few Christmases ago, and it is another one of my like prized Christmas possessions. I just love the light. I love the sparkle. There's even little like glitter flock on top of the roof on it. I love little bottle brush trees on it. So I have seen these at Cracker Barrel. She might have gotten it from there. I'm sure I can find it on Amazon, but I do know I've seen these from Cracker Barrel over the years, and this is really special to me because it's a gift from Brett's grandma, but also because my mom has the same one, and she had it in the house when I was still living at home. So it was just special, especially not living close to my mom, especially during the holidays. Having kind of a similar decor as her is just special. So this I already have out. It's like one of the first things I get out every year. I almost wish I had a whole collection of them because they're just my favorite, but that's what makes it so special. So I wanted to have it in the background of this video, but this isn't where it's going. I have it in the kitchen, but it's just too pretty to not showcase. Another little special Christmas house is this gingerbread pillow. I did get a couple pillows over the years that I wanted to share. These are kind of cheesy. This one's not. This one's glamorous. This is from Pottery Barn. This was a gift from my sister-in-law years ago. Oh, I'm obsessed with this. She knows I love gingerbread and love Christmas, and this was such a spot-on gift for me. So again, this is one of my prized possessions for Christmas decor, so I do try to take care of this and not actually like lean on it and stuff, but it held its structure really well for being packed away, you know. But yeah, this is so beautiful. I think Pottery Barn has a similar collection this year, but I think it's more of like the gingerbread man and gingerbread woman. But I love the little house. But to go off of that, I did pick these up. This one, just the candy cane, I got at Hobby Lobby last year, and I think they definitely tried to make it kind of go like be like that same teddy material, but this material is so nice. This Hobby Lobby one was literally probably $10 or something, and you can tell it's just not that soft of a material, but it's still so cozy and so fun. The dogs love to like put their little necks in there and use it as a pillow. It's just so cute and fun. So I just like to kind of throw this on our bed as just another extra pillow. And then I did also get this little gingerbread guy. This is from the Cupcakes and Cashmere brand at Home Goods. I actually love this brand. I don't know their story or anything, but every time I come across a Cupcakes and Cashmere thing at Home Goods, I typically love it. So sometimes it can be a little bit young looking, but a lot of the times it's just good quality stuff. So a good brand to look out for at Home Goods, and he's just so cute. So I just throw these in the dryer as the season kind of goes round, just to kind of keep them fresh and free of dog hair and stuff like that. So my theme for this year is gold. I'm doing gold, and then I saw this inspiration picture. I'll put some pictures right here. I've seen a couple different inspiration photos of gold Christmas trees and polar bears. So I love the polar bear look. I haven't been able to find the perfect polar bear yet for our space, because with the dogs, I don't want them to like chew on it or be scared of it. So I'm looking for the perfect polar bear. But in terms of the gold accents, the trees that I've loved, that I was inspired by, are just gold ornaments. Like no extra little picks, no extra little pine cones or anything like that, no icicles, like just gold ornaments. So I did kind of take my time and pick out some really good gold ornaments this year, and something that I think my style is in this apartment. This apartment reminds me of our old house. If you used to follow me back then, our old house was a little bit more modern, just like kind of like just a big white box, and that kind of is my favorite style, and I feel like my home decor style really had to change when we were in Florida in our Miami apartments, because it just wasn't the same vibe, and you know, you're in Miami, so my decor kind of changed a little bit there. But I feel like getting back here to Michigan, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is what I love, you know, with home decor wise. So I think something that I loved about some of these inspiration pictures was they didn't do too much, but like less is more, but in a really extravagant way. Does that make sense? Less is more in an extravagant way. I think is like the best way to describe it. Like if some of these pictures just make you feel like you're walking into like a department store, and that's the feel I want. Obviously I'm in an apartment, so it's not gonna feel like a department store, but I'm gonna try my best. So like I said, I wanted just gold ornaments. So I did already take some of my ornaments out and just put them in this bowl. This is just a flatter bowl ceramic bowl from Target. And then I did just stick some gold ornaments in here. I'm pretty sure these are from At Home. I just got the plastic ones. I don't need glass ornaments at this point in my life. And then I did just put these little fairy lights in there. So I don't know if you can tell, but at night this is so pretty. I just had this on a shelf so far. So I'm loving how this looks. I might try to make this not as messy and a little bit more put together, but I'm loving how this looks. Again, this is something simple, and I'm still just using gold ornaments, but it's really making, I don't know, a big impact. But like I said, I was trying to be pretty intentional with my ornaments, so I did go to At Home first, and these are the same ones that are in the bowl. So these are like the regular size ornaments. This was $7 for 16, so I got 2 of those. And then I got 3 of these. So these again are just plastic, and again it's kind of a mixture of the matte, the sparkle, the mirrored, and these are a little bit larger. These are 100 millimeter. I wonder if this says. These are 70 millimeter, so these are a little bit larger, but they're not the extremely oversized ones. I love those and I love that look, but I wasn't sure if this tree could handle it, because the tree is very full. Like there's not too many sparse open spots where you could kind of shove a big ornament in there. It's pretty full, so I wanted to be mindful of that and only get ornaments that I think would actually work on our tree, but obviously being inspired by the pictures that I showed. So I got 3 packs of these, and then these are the first ones I saw. So these are from Home Goods. They're actually the Christian Siriano brand, and these are all the same. I think these would be closer to that. Well, these might kind of be in the middle of that 70 millimeter or 100 millimeter. I'm not sure. I don't think it says. But I just thought these were beautiful. So they're kind of like they're almost ribbed, or they almost look like they have a star pattern on some of them. I just thought these were really pretty. And obviously he's a great designer, right? So I didn't know that they even made home decor at all, so I thought this was such a great little surprise, and I just love the little packaging, how cute. So these are going to be so pretty on the tree. Like these are probably my favorite ornaments that I got. I did want to mention a couple of these little vases that I have. I plan on using these in my decor. These aren't specifically for Christmas, but this is actually from our house. So this is from Pottery Barn. It's the Joshua vase. I'm pretty sure it's the largest size. We've had this for about 5 years or so. It's so beautiful. It goes with every single season. So for something like this, I actually have it sitting here in my garland. I did buy a bunch of these branches from Hobby Lobby. I bought these to go in that pot or something like this. This is another vase. It looks similar, but this is actually from Home Goods. So I bought these to go in the big black one, but I actually found garland. I just kind of stacked these underneath the garland along it, almost like this as the base and the garland on top, and it made it so much more full. It was just perfect. So I actually am gonna, kind of reroute and not use this in the vase, but instead use this as my garland. So like I said, my theme is polar bears, and I don't want necessarily little knick-knack polar bears everywhere. That's not really the vibe, but I saw these and I had to get them. So these are actually ornaments, but I just snipped off the little hanging piece just because I just thought they were so cute, and I have little nephews who are just gonna love to play around with these when they come over. So these are all from At Home. They're like a little fuzzy, but they're not soft. They're almost prickly, but it doesn't hurt. I don't know, but they're so cute. So this one is just little walk-in, and this one's standing upright. These would be cute ornaments, but like I said, I kind of just wanted them more as, I don't know, I just thought they were cute. And then these tiny little ones. I might even put these in my room, or again, just let my nephews play with them. This one's throwing a snowball. So cute. Another polar bear thing I did already get. You guys already saw this if you watched my, oh my gosh, if you watched my first video, I showed this. It's just these wooden mama polar bear and her baby cubs. I got this from At Home. Again, like I said, I don't want really polar bear knickknacks everywhere, but I thought this was so pretty and kind of timeless. Just so cute. I just love it. Just so cute. So I don't know where she's gonna go yet, but I thought she was really pretty. This is another collection piece. This does not go with my theme, my decor at all. It is this little reindeer. How beautiful. First of all, so cute. Little Bambi with her little spots and her glitter and her big pink ears. Look at her name. Joy. And if you guys know, come here, if you guys know my Joyzy girl, she looks so much like this, so we just had to get it. It's too cute. I don't know if we'll put it up, but we did have it up last year, and she's just so cute. So this was more just special because it looks like my Joyzy girl, so had to get her. I just couldn't believe it said Joy. Like, I didn't paint this was there. And I think this is like the trademark, I guess, like vintage deer, Bambi deer. I think this is her. So they do have like a whole collection of this deer at Walmart. I'm not familiar with it, but they had the whole collection, so I have seen it again this year. Like I said, gold is my theme, so I did get a couple gold little accents from Home Goods already this year. I got these a couple weeks ago. I've already kind of been moving these around the house. You might have seen these in my home decor haul on the shelves. So it's just this metal tree. I thought this was so cool. This was only $15. I just thought this was kind of timeless, being that it's metal and it's that brassy gold color. I just thought this was timeless and classic and gonna be pretty all the time. And then a nutcracker. Nutcrackers are something that I collected. I lost all of them, or maybe they're somewhere in storage, but I used to have so many. They were so cute, and I didn't have any, so I did want to get one nutcracker this year. This was kind of a little mini guy. I thought he'd be cute either like somewhere on the TV console or on the shelf somewhere. He was only $15 again from Home Goods. I love that he had his little scepter. I think that made him different. The arms don't move, like he doesn't have a mouth or anything, but I just thought, again, he was that pretty brass color. He's wooden, so. And this is something a little different for me. This is a just huge glass ornament decor piece. So it does have a flat bottom, so you can put it down. It lights up. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. Let me get some batteries and see how pretty this looks. But I did just get this for the shelf, but here's the before. Here's the after. Oh wow, what a difference. It's kind of probably hard to tell with the sun shining in, but what a difference. This is gonna be so beautiful at night. I might have to display this somewhere a little bit better. I just have it on like a bottom shelf right now. I didn't realize. This just made my day. How beautiful. These are all, there's so many different options at Home Goods. I think this was probably like 20 bucks or so. It reminded me of the ornaments that I got. I actually got these together, so they kind of reminded me of each other. This is kind of a random thing, but I wanted to show it. These are from the dollar spot on Target, or at Target, and they are sponges. They're little gingerbread houses, and they're flat like that, but when you get them wet, they expand. Just so cute for the holidays. I do also love thrifting decor. I'll probably do a thrift with me holiday, like looking for holiday decor finds sometime this season. But I did stop into Goodwill the other day here in Grand Rapids, and I did find this glass tree. It's actually a little canister. Oh my gosh. I did just put this in the dishwasher. I washed it like a dish. I think this was like $2.99 from Goodwill. But I know that Home Goods and Target has so many things similar to this, so I think I will put this in our kitchen somewhere. I'm thinking mini marshmallows or Hershey Kisses or peppermint candy, something obviously festive, but I thought if I do a little hot chocolate bar, little mini marshmallows would be so cute in this. One of my favorite decor items are ceramic houses. I have a ton of them, and I really hope that they are in my parents' storage in Florida. If not, I did find a couple. I think these are from the Martha Stewart brand at Home Goods, and they're just these ceramic white houses. I just love the classic ceramic white. I did want to mention these white twinkle branch trees behind me. These are both from Home Goods, and they're both a little bit different. This one is battery powered. There's something similar at Pottery Barn. Year after year they have these branch trees. It does have a solid wood base, and this is battery powered, so you can kind of stick it anywhere. And then I did also get a larger one. This one is pretty tall. It goes all the way up there. I do actually like this one better, but these were such a great price. This one was $29 and that littler one was probably like $16 or so. Such a great price considering how much they are at Pottery Barn. So just a fraction of the price here. And this one is actually plugged into the wall. So this one has electric outlet, which is really nice. But also, I kind of liked how this other one's battery powered, so you can put it in a little vase or something. So I kind of liked both. I obviously wanted to have both. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to put them, but such a really clean and just like bright way to add a festive, you know, decor piece without it being a whole like pine tree. So even if you don't want to have all your Christmas decor up for Thanksgiving, if you're hosting, I think these are a really fun way to kind of bring in that winter spirit but not go full force. So if you just kind of want to dip your toes into some holiday decor, I would suggest going to find these at HomeGoods. I've also seen a lot of similar ones on Amazon that are just the branch, which that could be cute too, kind of like the ones I put in my garland. So I almost forgot, I do have stockings. We did get these, I think last year or the year before. I believe they're from Target, Hobby Lobby, one of those. They're just a faux fur, and they do have these nice wooden name tags. I did want to share my wrapping paper for this year. I did already pick it up. It's so pretty. It's the Martha Stewart brand from HomeGoods. And I forget what this is called. This is called something. It's design. I think it's called something. But this is a ton of wrapping paper. It's 100 feet of wrapping paper, 13 yards, and this was 10 bucks. So I got 2 of them, and they're pretty thick like that because I like having cohesive wrapping paper, and I thought this was so pretty. So there's little deers on there, there's pine trees, there's like a little cottage, like a winter cottage, there's a little boy sledding, and there's just like lots of cute little winter displays on here. So I thought these were really pretty and gonna go pretty with the rest of our decor under the tree. Something that I want to do on our kitchen island is display some of these bottle brush trees. So I do have a couple of these. These are from Walmart. They're just green with a little bit of flock on them. And what I picture for our kitchen island is more kind of creamy ivory trees with some twinkle lights, like those little fairy lights in them. I picture it kind of on a tray, kind of like this picture here. I loved that. I was so inspired by that, but I do picture it with more of that ivory color, and our island is so long and wide that I just felt like kind of enhancing that and just like embracing that, doing something else on it that's kind of long and wide would be really pretty. I mentioned having these in our home tour, and I love these pillar LED candles. So I do kind of like these mixed in with the garland on my TV console, but I do picture something. I'll put the inspo picture here. I picture using something similar to these for our dining table. For our dining table, I kind of want to do some pillar candles without the glass, just the regular pillar candles. I would love for them to be real candles, but we typically don't really light candles in here, especially just living in an apartment. It's so small, it's smaller, so it's just a lot of smoke and stuff. But I picture some pillar candles on like a long tray or like a circular little flat bowl, something like that. I have a picture here. I really just liked how they did a bunch of candles and just kept it just bright and pretty without being super busy. And then something that I love this year that I've seen a lot of is artwork, kind of vintage looking artwork, whether it's a Christmas tree or a little winterscape or Santa, something vintage. So I am on the look for that. I do kind of want to look at the thrift stores for something like that, but I picture a little artwork behind our little coffee bar or even on our kitchen shelves and just kind of making it its own little space. I also picture for our kitchen shelf like a mini wreath. I do want to get a wreath for our bedroom as well. I think that'd be really pretty over our bed. But I do have a circular cutting board on our kitchen shelves, and I would love to have just a little wreath in front of it, just to really bring out the circle shape and that wood, and maybe have some pine cones in it. All right, I think I've shown you everything I'm inspired by in my whole collection. So what do you say we start decorating this tree, getting everything out, and seeing how we can transform this place into our winter Christmas explosion. first, but you know what? You live and you learn.
That's what I was thinking.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh man. Alex is excited about these. Oh, brother. Yeah, but I would love to drive by at night and see if you can see it. Ornaments to the tree, and I was just cleaning up the garland, kind of fluffing the garland a little bit. My husband's right here watching me film, and he was saying he doesn't know if the garland goes together, and now that I look at it, I don't know about it either. So what do you guys think? But then does it just not go with the tree? This tree has to move. This isn't gonna live here either. I'm not sure where this is gonna go yet. I could flock that. I could just buy flock. They are different. What do you guys think? Almost done. I just felt really creative today and used a lot of our decor in ways I wasn't expecting to. So a lot of the things I was inspired by I think helped, but I ended up using a lot of the decor we had. So I wanted to wait till the sun was almost set to kind of show you around at night so you can really see how it sparkles in here, and I want to make sure everything is turned on and all our batteries are in. So just over here first, I wanted to keep the table simple. We use the table every single day, so on the table I did just put the bowl with the ornaments. I do think this turned out pretty, and I did have those fairy lights in there earlier, but I did decide to just take the fairy lights out. That felt a little bit messy, and I don't think we really needed it, so it's just the gold ornaments. This is where I decided to put the LED little white branch trees for now. This is kind of Brett's little coffee station. And I think they're cute there. I just used a little tree skirt that we had from our old tree. I might move those around, but that was a spot where there's a plug. It works for now. And also right there is where we keep the dog food. So kind of cute that they have their own little tree set up too. I did kind of keep the shelves how they were. I really like how that bottom shelf turned out, and I really like the little Christmas house on the book. The only thing I can't figure out is just that top left corner. I just don't know what to put there, so that's kind of still a work in progress, but it works for now. So I did end up putting this little guy by our front door entryway. I do like to keep this kind of open because it's our entryway and kind of our drop zone. Maybe I'll add those fairy lights from the bowl. Maybe I'll add them to this tree, but I thought that was just cute right there, a little Charlie Brown tree. I did end up putting our little mama polar bear and then one of our extra flocked trees just here on the counter. This also might move. I do like how these Christmas shelves turned out. I might add a little bit more greenery. I do have one bottle brush tree in there, and I think I might add some more. These are so affordable. They're like $1 at Walmart. The more that I've lived with this throughout the day, I do think I am gonna just get a little can of that snow flock. They usually have it at Michael's or Walmart or obviously Amazon. I think I'm just gonna get a little can of that, spray it a little bit on the garland and see how that looks. Then the only thing that we're missing in our living room is obviously finishing up the garland. And then I don't know if you can see in our TV console, there's a couple little empty cubbies that I would like to fill with something small, but something. And then we do have our stockings that I need to get little hooks for. Another thing I just remembered I do need to add still is a tree skirt to the bottom of the tree. And I think I'm gonna go shopping this weekend, so hopefully I can find some of those things then. I think that wraps up my 2025 Christmas Decorate With Me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll do my best to try to link some of these things down below. But have fun going into Home Goods, finding your decor, finding your style for this season, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!